Hi, I'm here with Managing Director of LoveLocalJobs.com, Nicky Binning, who is here to give her 3 top tips on how to land your dream job. Nicky has over 20 years recruitment industry experience, having worked for the likes of Michael Page, Axa Insurance, Morgan and KPMG. And she has also received hundreds, if not thousands, of CVs and applications. So Nicky, what are your top tips on landing a dream job?
Thanks, Josh. The first thing that I would say is research, research and research. Look at their corporate website, look at Google, look at them in the news. What's the company saying about themselves? What's on LinkedIn? What's on Glassdoor? What type of language do they use? What type of company are they? Are they creative? Are they professional? And then the second thing that I would say is personalise your CV using the research that you've done. So think about the language they've used. If they're a professional organisation, use professional language. If they're creative, you might be able to be a bit more creative. Use the same language, use the same words. And this is important for 2 reasons. First of all, a lot of large companies now are using automated matching services for CVs. So it'll take the words on the CV and match it to the job description. So it's really important that those things match to get you in front of the recruiter in the first place. Secondly, busy recruiters will probably only look at a CV for about 3 to 6 seconds before they make a decision. So you've only got 3 seconds to get their attention. So make sure your CV is clear, it's got lots of white space, it's easy to read, it's easy presented. And the key things on there are job title, date, company. Then underneath that, looking at responsibilities and achievements. And they're 2 different things. So a lot of people make the mistake of just listing out their responsibilities on their CV. And that's all well and good, but if you're applying for a job and you're sat next to somebody who's doing the same job as you, how are you going to differentiate yourself if you've both got the same responsibilities? So think about your achievements. What are you really most proud of? Use action words as well. What have you achieved? What have you designed? What have you created, implemented? Think about how you would talk about yourself to your friends, your family, and use some of those same sort of language. Thirdly, think about your personal pitch. And this actually ties into personalising your CV and your application. So what makes you different? If you arrived at an interview and you had 30 seconds in the lift with a CEO and he just happened to ask you, what are you doing here? Think about, right, I've got 30 seconds to say who I am, why I want this job and why I'm the best person for this job. And if you can nail that in 30 seconds, that stands you in good stead if you are in the lift with a CEO, if you're networking, if you're down the pub with someone who just happens to work at the company that you might be approaching. And also think about general networking, especially if you're changing career or changing industry. Because going back to what I was saying earlier, if you're looking at a CV or a job description which is quite different to what you're applying for, you need to think about how you network to get into that organisation. The questions to really ask yourself is, does your CV sell yourself? And can you sell yourself? And if you can answer those 2 questions, then you're further ahead than a lot of people. So 3 things: research, personalise your CV to that application and that specific job and that specific company. And thirdly, what's your personal pitch? How do you sell yourself? I did those 3 things 6 months ago and I've landed my dream job here. And I hope that those 3 things will work for you and land your dream job too.
Thank you very much, Nicky. Fantastic tips, I'm sure you all agree. Thank you very much for watching and good luck with your job search.